Hello and welcome to our first draft that we are going to be posting on my channel on YouTube. It's a Scars of Mirrodin draft, and this is our pack one pick one right here. The cards that interest me that I see right now, first off, are Palladium Mirror, Dark Slick Drake, and Shatter. I have a lot of trouble moving into red really quickly because it tends to be overdrafted. I really like blue because of how underdrafted it is, and I feel like a lot of the commons like Sky Eel School and the blue replica are really underrated. However, the Palladium Mirror keeps us in neutral colors, and we can kind of see more of what's coming towards us. The good thing about picking up the Palladium Mirror is we're probably almost guaranteed to play it in our deck unless we end up going poison or something. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this Palladium Mirror, and we should just be aware that we passed the Shatter, and so a little bit of red and blue, and I guess the Alpha Tyrannax and the Untamed Might were playable. So we see some more red here. Galvanic Blast, Cerebral Eruption. We also see a Tumble Magnet and Glimmer Point Stag are very playable cards. Those are definitely the four cards we would consider in the pack. I've played with Cerebral Eruption once, and it did not work very well. I would hit lands 2 or 3 times, or then I would hit a one casting cost card, and it wouldn't do anything to their board, and you end up sinking 12 mana into something that doesn't even really do anything. However, on the other hand, it can go the other way around, where you blow up their whole entire board, nuke them for 5, and it's awesome. For this pick, I really like picking up the artifacts first rather than going into a color right away. And we already passed the Shatter, and even if we take the Galvanic Blast, we're going to be showing a Cerebral Eruption. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this Tumble Magnet, even though I wouldn't disagree with taking the Galvanic Blast there. And obviously if we had taken the Shatter and then the Galvanic Blast, would be, well into red. Alright, so this pack's not too exciting. We were trying to move into we already have 2 artifacts, so maybe this Metalcraft thing will get going. We haven't yet committed to a color, which is really nice, because if we do see a good card get passed to us late, then we can go ahead and pick that up. So let's try to stick with this Metalcraft theme and pick up this Chrome Steed. I don't really want to pick up a Horizon Spellbomb yet, because Chrome Steed I think is just a better card if you can get it online quickly with kind of an aggro Metalcraft deck. Alright, what do we see here? I do really like Necropede. It's a defensive creature like the Wall of Tangled Cord. Thrumming Bird, we already have a Tumble Magnet for that. Dispense Justice isn't that crazy good. Sometimes it's very nice. At other times, they attack with a bunch of 1/1s and they just end up sacking one of those instead of the creature you really want to die. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this Necropede. We can stick with this Metalcraft still, and I think overall it's it's hard to say if it's better defensively than Wall of Tangled Cord. I would say that if I was going up against a poison deck, that I would much rather have the Necropede on my side than the Wall of Tangled Cord. And that being said, I don't really want to have too much trouble against poison, so we'll pick this up. I feel like Necropedes are much harder to find than the walls anyways. So no huge signs here. We're still completely colorless, which again is really nice, and we haven't moved into anything. Flesh Allergy works well with the Necropede because we can sack it and then put a -1/-1 counter on something that we want to kill, along with killing a bigger thing with the Flesh Allergy target. Horizon Spellbomb is good if we moved into green, but we haven't really seen that much impressive green except for the 2 spell bombs. Then again, we haven't seen anything good besides good red cards in our pick 1 and pick 2. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this Flesh Allergy. And maybe black's being passed to us. Seeing a Flesh Allergy definitely isn't a sign or anything, but it is a solid piece of removal. Okay, so at this point, yeah, I mean, looking back on it, I wish we had picked up that red, but that's okay. We still got some solid cards in here. We're gonna pick up this Galvanic Blast. The fact that this is pick 6 and Galvanic Blast is still here is a big sign. Unless there was some crazy good red cards in this pack. Not to mention if we can pick up some Horizon Spellbombs later, we can even splash in some red. Obviously, our next pack coming back is probably going to be cut a little bit because we did pass some good red cards, but in our pack 3, we will probably see some good stuff. So yeah, Galvanic Blast I think is just better than Turn to Slag. The instant speed and the fact that it just costs 1 mana is great. Nothing too impressive here, but we are kind of going with the Metalcraft theme with the Chrome Steed and having the Necropede defensively and the Tumble Magnet and Palladium Mirror. We already got a bunch of artifacts. We'll go ahead and pick up the Spellbomb. It's on our red color right here, and there's nothing else that's too interesting. Scrapdiver is a good finisher, but they go really late. Grafted Exoskeleton, we're definitely not poison yet. Yeah, we're not looking very poisony. So yeah, I don't mind the Spellbomb. Plus, if we do end up being aggro Metalcraft, this is actually a really solid card to include. So, I actually like picking up Solitons, because then when you see the Heavy Arbalist, if you are going to move into blue, because Heavy Arbalists go much later than they should, and I think people are starting to realize how good of a card Heavy Arbalist is late game, and especially on a Soliton. But if we do move into blue, and we do pick up this Soliton here, and and we see a Heavy Arbalist, it's a lot of ifs, but I mean that's a really solid game finisher, and there's nothing else too exciting. So yeah, let's go ahead and pick that up. I like that. So I'm guessing someone is the poison person at the table in this pack. They picked up the Untamed Might. Meaning that someone's green. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this Moriok replica. It fits with our Flesh Allergy that we have if we end up being black, and it fits with our Metalcraft idea. And yeah, it's a solid card. Nothing crazy exciting here. If we move into blue, we might play Invisimancer. And sure, we'll pick up a Goblin Gavalier in case we get some really early equipment. Like I said about the Scrapdivers being late, there's one. So a lot of late blue, which may be a sign that blue's open. I'm going to go ahead and hide this Goblin Gavalier and the Plated Sea Striders. I'm going to hide the Invisimancer. Let's see what comes to us.